Alright, so this is the field of Phragmites I'm talking about. And it goes down, I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to try to stop this zooming nonsense during filming, but it goes way out there, all the way back there. All the way through here. Goes all the way. But sadly, all of that is right on the side of the road. And it's a big marshland, and I ain't going in there. You're right. I'll use a tarp. Sad. This is the parking lot that you can see from Google Maps, that big square blotch. And that's my car. Right there, very cute. Sorry about the bouncing. Trail. That goes off up into the other woods that I was trying to get. And if you remember when I told you they block off the roads, there's one thing with the big thing on it, and there's another thing, and they put a cable across the road. I don't know if you can get this far. If you could get this far, then it would be alright. I don't know where else you could park. But big, huge eye bolts on top. And this is the trail that walks in across the street. And I'll show you more of this in a minute, but this is the trail that I go up, and it follows this stream down there. That is not the stream that the little wiki up we're building is. There's two streams, and they split over this rise a couple of 100 yards down, and that's where I usually take a right. However, if you look at this wash right here, this wash goes off in that direction. And interestingly, if you walk with me for a moment, there is this right here. And it's kind of hard to see, but if you look at it, you can see that it's clearly an old road that came down here like that. You can see how it cuts through, and where somebody's made that, going through that way. I believe that that's the beginning of that driveway thing. And I've tried making it through that before, and there's no making it through it, because you can see that what's here is just these rhododendrons, and it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker. There's a huge patch in there, and where we want to go is off in the distance. But what I'm going to try today that I haven't tried is I'm going to follow this wash up and over to the left a little bit, and hopefully that brings me to the other side of that road. We'll find out. Sadly, not quite as clear as one would have hoped, because you end up in the thick of it pretty goddamn quick, and I'm going to have to navigate my way through here up into where I want to go, but I won't be daunted. But I stopped for a moment, not just to show you that, but to show you that right there. This beautiful big mushroom right here. And that's my hand next to it. So it's bigger than my hand, but I thought you'd like to see that. After dreaming that this rock pile right here that runs up and along here was the same one that I entered on, that I showed you a few minutes ago, it wasn't. I had to, of course, go through here. Interestingly, this, what I'm standing on right now, is this in front of you. And I believe, and I don't think I'm wrong, I believe this is the same road. It's going to go up here, it turns to the left, and I bet you it goes right up into what I called the driveway yesterday. I'm hoping, because I'm wandering here. This is in fact that same road. I just came walking up from down there. That's it. And if you come across and you go up this rock pile at the top of this hill and back a bit, that's where the Wickiup is. And this is the continuation of this road that goes up and over and around. It doesn't go up that wash, it actually goes up that way. So let's walk. Well, much to my surprise, there you go. It's still standing. Who knew? Who would believe it? I wouldn't believe it. I can tell you that right now. But there you have it. And since it's been cloudy and raining all morning, let's put up our little shelter again and then get to work. All right. This morning, after I finish my coffee and muffin, I'm going to finish doing the sticks on this, on this left side, down across the bottom, all the way around. So I probably got 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 or 8 sticks that I've got to get. And then I'm going to build the bed. And I'm thinking of building the bed up at this tree right here. And the reason I don't feel bad taking it, although it's kind of near the camp, I'll try to cut it off way down here low. But it's coming out, as you can see, of the base of this tall tree right here. And as you go up, you'll see that right at the end of it, there's a couple of wisps coming out of it, and then it's dying at the top. Although this is some 20 feet long, or plus, going down. This is some 20 feet long or so. I feel that it's about as big around as my arm. I feel that it'd be okay to take it, and that it'll make a halfway decent bed, a good solid bed, at least most of it. So we're going to go from there. I'll get back to you. It's now several hours later. Well, maybe not several hours, but at least a couple hours later. I went a bit wild with the cross bracing. I know I'm not thatching this, although I started the project and was planning on thatching the thing, so I'm going to finish the project as if I was going to thatch the thing, so it's all whatever it is. And quite honestly, if it wasn't for this corner right here and this being such a long piece and the front of it not being suspended, you could pretty much crawl on this. It's pretty solid, I'm going to say. I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of this. I'm going to measure this, and then I'm going to get a camo, one of those 7mm camo tarps, and throw it over it. But, this all looks fairly well laid out. It's a pretty big unit, so there's plenty of room in it. And I'm going to put a bench bed in the thing, more like a bench that you can sit in. But if you want to lay down, you can lay down, or a couple of people can sit on it, or whatever. So there you have it. There's the thing. All cleaned up and no sticks sticking out or anything. There you go. I'll be back. And I forgot to mention this. I came on this the first time I came up in here, and I was busting through all of this stuff looking for that swamp. and I came upon this. And this is definitely man-made and very, very old, but definitely not a pile of rocks that, you know, somebody just happened here. This is a fireplace of sorts right in here, and very, very old. I'm not going to take it down or change it because it could be something from, you know, a long, long time ago. Somebody picked this spot right here and the trees fell over it. But that right there ain't natural. That somebody did that in a very, very long time ago. Although it's not too worn down, so, you know, it could have been 30 years ago. Could be longer, but it's definitely, now coming back here it makes sense because I'm standing on definitely something that cut through here. Kind of hard to tell where it goes on that side, but you can definitely see it on this side. And I don't think this is rainfall. I think this is, you know, some sort of roadway that goes through. You can definitely see the cutway of it. So this might have been, again, going up to more silver mines and stuff, and there was roads going through this whole area at one time. I can assure you that this tree, I put some dirt over it, but that tree was just a bit too big, goes over the edge for that little saw. That was a lot of work, I can tell you. Holy moly, that's as big around as my leg, never mind my arm. Holy shit buckets, Batman. That wasn't easy. That was that big tree, and those are big boulders. And it is now a bed/bench. I just got to get some long ones to lay across it, and I might think about lashing it together. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure yet. Well, this is as far as I'm getting today. It's getting late, the water's getting low, and truth be told, I'm not sure I got enough in me to take another 4 or 5 logs that size with that stupid little Gerber. I marked out where I think the fire pit should be. It's about that big, about that far away. Maybe I'll squinch it up a little bit because I don't want it to get too close to this. But I can tell you, I'm tired. I'm sweaty. My pants are soaked. I'm soaked. I've gone through almost all my water. This was a lot of work. But next weekend is another weekend. We'll see if I have more energy.